Good morning, everybody. Welcome to My Creative Time with Emma, and also welcome to our I Love My Teacher blog hop hosted by Miss Abby. So today I am making a gift card holder for my teacher. I could have given this to them on the first day of school, but I gave them something else. But I figured, you know what, teacher, not the parent, I guess it's the oh God, what is it called? I think it's called opening night or back to school night or what, I can't remember what it's called. Well, anyways, it's coming up in about a week or so. So I figured I could give this to the teacher. I found this cute little gift card holder. And then this is a fake gift card, by the way. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. Little gift card holder, and I'm going to put probably I believe all the teachers have discounts at Office Max or Office Depot, so I'm probably going to put one or the two of the gift cards in here for the teacher. And what I did was I went ahead and I embossed the top here. Now when I use my embossing, what I do is I used a dryer sheet. So basically all you do is, you're still going to get a little bit of white stuff on it, but sometimes I do it on purpose because I like the way it looks and I thought it looked nice with this little chalkboard material I have. Because I used to use an embossing buddy, but it got too white. It was too much powder. So I just use a dryer sheet. You just kind of just go over it a few times. Then you do your embossing and it comes out perfect. So I figure if you're on a budget, and I like to use what I have, so I always have dryer sheets, and I think everybody else does, so you're safe to use that. And go ahead and I use some white embossing powder to emboss happy first day of school up there. And then here I use some material. I'm going to show you this portion here. This is material here with the cute little apple, and this is felt. I used my dies for that. And let's see, which one did I use? I used this one here, the scallop and stitch circle die for that right there. And I stamped "To the Best Teacher." And with the stamp set I used was this one right here, "My Teacher Rocks." Super duper cute teacher set. And this is what it looks like. This is the actual stamp set right here. Okay, this is what it is right here. And basically what I used was "To the Best" and then "Teacher." And it has a few things on there. Like you could add "To the Best." There is "Vice Principal." You could add "Office Staff," because everybody always forgets about the office staff, and the office staff always takes care of us, especially with my son. He's a very accident-prone little boy, and he's always in the office, and they're always icing him or giving him a Band-Aid, so I appreciate the office staff tremendously. Lunch lady, everybody always forgets about the lunch ladies. Just different things. Principal, there's teacher's pet, "To the Best Teacher," vice principal. I'm not sure if I said that already, but cute stuff in that stamp set, okay? So that's the stamps I used, "To the Best Teacher." I'm going to show you how I did it with the material, okay? Now, I saw this on Creations with Christina, whom I love. She did, she was doing showing us how to cut material in the Cricut. But what I'm going to do, I just needed to make it a little bit more stiffer. So, and this is the part I got from her. I'm just using a paper plate. As you can see, I've been kind of playing with it already. I don't have one of those cool little plastic, I'm not sure if it was even plastic. Well, she was using this awesome thing that she had on her desk. I'm going to have to find out what it is so I could get one for myself as well. Let me see. Let me grab a paint brush. I'm just going to go ahead and use this little foamy brush here. And what I'm using is this stuff called Stiffy Fabric Stiffener. And I'm just going to basically, let me shake it up a little bit. And this is just to make your fabric a little bit more stiffer, because if you could see on here, you see how it's perfect. So you know how my circle stitch die has that little stitching in there. I'm not sure if you can see it well. But if you don't make it stiff, it'll be all frayed, and I think it looks just beautiful the way I did it, because it's nice and perfect. It looks like a piece of paper. Okay, so what you want to do, I don't know, I just turned it upside down, and then basically just go ahead and just put this on your entire piece of material that you're going to be using. And I also stamped on this too, so it was nice. I loved it. I used Stays On. You want to use some Stays On. I'm pretty sure there's something else you could use out there, but I have Stays On, so that's what I used. Let me just put just a teensy bit more on here, just to make sure. It said to saturate it. I'm pretty sure that's what it said, but that should be good right there. Okay, and then what you want to do is go ahead and take your heat gun here, and this is going to be a little loud, and you just want to heat set it. You could let it dry by itself, but since we're doing for video's sake, we're going to go ahead and heat set it right now. Okay, so basically you see how it got a little bit more pliable, I should say. You see how it's a little bit more stiffer. Isn't that much? Isn't that nice? Looks like a piece of cardstock. Such pretty material. I love this material. I found this material over at Joann's the other day when my mother and I were out shopping, using all of our coupons. Okay, so basically that's what it's going to look like, and I'm going to go ahead and run it through my Cuttlebug for you so you could go ahead and see. I'm going to run one through my Cuttlebug using without that stiffening, and then I'm going to do one with it so you could see the difference between the two. Okay, let me grab my Cuttlebug. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put, someone asked me, I guess when they were using the dies, they were worried about this getting on. They said, was this supposed to happen? And I told them yes. It's, as you can see, I've used mine up tons. I think I just want to get a new one just because. But anyways, yeah, that's what this does. The dies do to your little plates, but it's okay because you could still use them. Okay, now this is an example. This is what one looks like without that little fabric stiffener on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put this down like so. And this is the one I'm using my little, that goes with the set scallop and stitch die. I'm just going to put that down like so. I usually put the A, B, and then my item, and I put my little, what do you call it, the little die upside down on top of it. And then, you know, I always like to use an extra piece of cardstock, okay, right at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it through a couple of times since it is material. Okay, let's see. Okay, you see how, okay, you see right there? You see how it came out like that? See, that's what I didn't like when I first tried doing it just without the fabric stiffener, okay? So now I have my, you see how cool that is? This is using the fabric stiffener and with your heat gun. Like I said, I think you could let it air dry. I didn't read the directions, to be honest with you. I just kind of winged it. I was going by with Miss Christina did on her video. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, the little apple, I want to try and center that little apple as best I can. I'll put it like so right there. Probably not be perfectly in the center, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this in there, and I'm going to put this here as well. And I'm going to go ahead and run it through here a few times. Okay, so now I'm going to get this one out. And look how perfect that is, using the fabric stiffener. Isn't that pretty? You see how perfect it is, and it didn't get all messed up on the edges there? Okay, so that's that right there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you, oops, really quickly how to stamp on. Let's go ahead and stamp on, we'll just go ahead and stamp on A+ student. I'm going to use this for something else. Okay, and then what works for me, which works best on this, is this Stays On, the jet black. And whenever you use Stays On, always, like I said, I always have refills for all of my ink pads because they do get thirsty too, you know. And especially with your Stays On, you want to make sure you want to keep that one as juicy as possible because that's the best way this ink works. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just stamp A+ student right there. Isn't that perfect? Can you see that? It looks like it's blended right into the fabric. A+ student. I love how this came out, and I love my new little trick I learned from Miss Christina. So thank you so much, Miss Christina. You will probably be seeing a lot more fabric that I use, and I'm going to try next doing it on my Cricut as well like she did, but I wanted to show you how pretty it looked using my dies. Okay, so once again I'm going to show you my project here using this adorable little gift card holder I found, and it's perfect. To the best teacher. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed my project for today. So have fun during the hop, and for today's hop, in honor of that we love our teachers, I will be giving away my Teacher Rock. So that will be my giveaway for today. So if you're watching over at YouTube, go ahead and head on over to my blog at www.creativetimeforme.com. Go ahead and leave a comment and tell me who your favorite teacher was for an opportunity to win this stamp set, and I will be announcing the winners on my blog, and either next week, Monday, maybe not next week. I think I'm going to go ahead and announce the winners Sunday, so you'll have until Saturday midnight to go ahead and post all your comments, okay everybody? So have a fabulous, fabulous day, and happy hopping everybody. Bye-bye.